The Trump administration wants legal visa holders waiting for a green card to go home and wait. Our Jaleesa Arizari explains a major shift in immigration policy.
Cars outside this law firm move fast, but inside it's the federal policy changes. Ian Rockstein says can be hard to keep up with.
When there's so much uncertainty, it's hard for us to tell our clients this is how your case is going to go. So yeah, that's how it's been.
But Rockstein says the latest immigration policy might be one of the most impactful. For decades, people who entered the U.S. legally, including spouses of U.S. citizens, students, workers, and refugees, have been able to apply for permanent residency without leaving the country with an adjustment of status application. On Friday, USCIS put out a memo saying those folks will now have to return to their birth country to apply for a green card at a U.S. embassy or consulate.
Which means families getting separated, just entirely blowing up people's lives. You're looking at quite possibly 2.5, 3 or more years before they can legally return to the U.S. and live here with their family.
Rockstein says this policy will impact about 100 of his clients, including those who already had their green card interview but were still waiting for a decision.
You're going to see, at least temporarily, a drop in people applying for lawful pathways to adjust their status.
Violetta Chapin, an associate dean and professor at CU Boulder Law School, says the memo leaves little room for compromise. The guidance says the person must return to their home country to apply, except in extraordinary circumstances.
That's one of the things that's unclear about this.
It seems that even USCIS doesn't know that, and the officers don't know that. They just have this directive from above.
Rockstein expects this guidance to be challenged in court. Until then, he's left with adjusting to the change and doing it fast.
We're working through contacting clients and doing our best to keep them as fully informed as we are in the moment.
Now, according to the American Immigration Council, in the 2023 fiscal year, about 608,000 people received lawful permanent residency by adjusting their status while living in the U.S., while 564,000 arrived from abroad. So, Kyle, that shows you just how many people utilize this process and gives you an idea of how many people may be impacted by this change.
I think a lot of people in the community are very interested in how the process works for people who are trying to follow the rules. So, right, you've got a group of people, Jaleesa, who have gone through the interview and all they're waiting for now is the decision.
Yeah, and that's what attorneys are waiting for as well. They're thinking that immigration may start asking for more documentation to prove if this is an extraordinary circumstance or not, to see if they'll get their green card.
All right, Jaleesa, thank you.